Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. It's Monday night and I'm so glad that you're here to join us with, I call it Monday Night Live with Team Up. I'm Terry Luongo and I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and I am thrilled and honored that you are with us this evening. And if you are new to the team, new to the company, new to the product, new to the business, you know, down here we have a chat line. If you just want to type in your name and where you're from, we'd love to be able to say hello to you, give you a proper greeting. Thank you for being here. So I got to tell you, tonight, it's April 20th, and I come to you tonight with just a humble heart, a grateful heart, and a very, very excited heart, because we have had the most amazing month of April. You know, a lot of that was due to this amazing blitz that the company had us, you know, delivered to us, and so many of us took advantage of it. I think as an entire team, well over 165 new partners came to team, and I love what's happening. And of course, this is only happening because of what Juice Plus is, because of the power of Juice Plus and what it is doing to transform health around the world. I said yes to Juice Plus 26 years ago. The product changed my health. This business has changed my life. And I believe that we are really going to continue moving forward with just incredible momentum. And so that's why tonight I am so excited that our guest speaker, to me, just embodies happiness and momentum, and that would be Sean Myers. Let me tell you a little bit about Sean, but why I'm so excited that he's here. Sean is what we call a presidential national marketing director. He's part of the 100 Club organization. But Sean is just an expert. He's a leader in thought, systems, and training. And I have to tell you, I really credit Sean going back 25 years ago, because he really had me take a hard look at my mindset and my belief system. And because of Sean's influence, I was able to really take a hard look at how my thoughts and mindset were affecting the quality of my life. So Sean and his wife, Jennifer, and Jennifer Myers is one of the creators of our own Freedom Revolution. They've been with the Juice Plus company for over 30 years. They have built this massive, huge organization. They were the first to win. They won the very first Elton for sales and income growth. And they've been nominated for so many Eltons ever since, okay? And then in 2011, they were awarded the Founders Award. They received that beautiful award, and that's like the pinnacle award. The Founders Award is a pinnacle award of the company. Listen to this. This is when it really, really is going to resonate with so many of you. Together, Sean and Jennifer have traveled to over 70 countries, including backpacking in the Himalayas, sailing the Pacific Ocean as a family, and other adventures all around the world, probably too numerous to mention. Sean serves on charity boards and committees that serve his community. He has trained and inspired tens of thousands of people in countries around the world. Okay, so not only have Sean and Jennifer created financial independence, but they have taught and coached thousands of others to do the same. So Sean has this incredible commitment to happiness, okay? And they are experts on designing an amazing life. Let me tell you, if the government ever decided to create a department of happiness, Sean Myers could run that department. All right, so here is my friend, one of my mentors, Sean Myers.
Oh, thank you, Terry. It's a pleasure to be on with all of you tonight. And you guys are so lucky to have an incredible leader like Terry, heartfelt, totally committed, and an amazing human being. So thank you. Love you for having me on tonight. You know, I was asked to come on and just share some ideas. We're in a time period where ideas matter, probably more than normal. You know, when I think back to my history with this company that's over 30 years. It's been an amazing ride for us. It hasn't always been up. It's been up and down and in and out like every other thing that you can think of in life. Over 30 years, it's always been an exciting opportunity though, because one of the things our company has always been about is quality of life products that help people. And that's what attracted us to the business. But we didn't come in just because the products, we came in based on financial need. And there's a lot of similarities to the time period that we're in right now as to when my wife and I, who were 23 and 24 years old at the time, I was 24, came into the business. There had been, and some people on the line don't remember this, some people weren't born. In 1987, there was a giant stock market crash. And it actually marked a marker in time that was very big for our economy. Up until 1987, the vast majority of people that went to work for a company worked for that company their entire life. And they retired with a pension, and that's what they did. Lifetime employment was part of our economy, and that all stopped in 1987. That's when massive layoffs hit. And so when I got in the job market in 1989, Jennifer and I had just traveled around the world in a backpack and a tent. We saved our money after our first jobs, and I like adventure. I live by a motto of work hard, play hard. I like to work really hard, and then I like to play really hard. And that is a good balance for me. I probably play a little harder than some people do. I play a little harder than my wife does, for sure. But that's been a kind of our mantra throughout our whole life. Well, we got back off that trip. We were in debt and needed to figure out where we were going to go in life. And I was in interviews literally on a regular basis with people who were in their 40s who had already done the job that I was interviewing for. Right? They were already experts in it. And I didn't really have a shot. There really wasn't very many people hiring at all because of that big stock market crash and all those mass layoffs. And it looked like a disaster. So Entrepreneurial Opportunity was the best thing that I saw. And we joined this for need. You know, Jennifer actually got started to make an extra $500 a month. And our business model can generate an extra $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 a month really efficiently, really fast if you put your energy into it. And she did that. I joined then and really saw a little bit of a different vision. I saw a vision not only to go out and market the product, but actually to build a team, to actually go out and recruit some people that were in the same situation I was, where the opportunity wasn't that great outside in the job market, but it was certainly a great time to be an entrepreneur. Why? Because a lot of people were looking at the same time we were. And there's so many parallels right now. You know, I've talked to our team about this over the last few years, that when our economy is really good, our business is really good. Why? Because we have a great product. We have a great, you know, part-time income. But the part-time income that we offer in a good economy is a better vacation for the family. It's maybe a nicer car, a little upgrade in the house, or maybe the kids go to a different school if that's something you're looking for. It's an upgrade in a good economy because people's jobs are going great, right? People are able to change jobs and make more money, and it's fantastic and everything's great. And when people are doing well in life and things are going fantastic, people tend to party. When things aren't going so well in life and things take a little bit of a dip, people tend to ponder. And they tend to start thinking about, what is it that I really want in my life? And one thing that everyone wants, every single person that you're going to be talking to out there in the marketplace, I'm sure you guys all have this, is you want security. You want the feeling that you have control of your destiny, that you have something that if you put your time and energy into, it's going to be yours. And that's what happens to jobs when the economy goes the other direction, is all of a sudden they're not yours anymore. They're at the company whim. They're, you know, maybe if you don't even lose your job, you're in a position where you can't grow or you get downsized or right-sized. And that is what happened in 1987 into that 1989 period. And that is when an awful lot of people in our company today that are the most successful distributors we have came in. And then you can look at it at the next cycle in the tech bubble. A whole crew of people that are our most successful distributors came in that downturn. And right now we have an opportunity to go out and not just serve the world with our product, but serve the world with our opportunity. And it is a real serving that we have, you know. And I always talk to people about markers in time, because things go along, and everybody on this call tonight has had an experience where they just can't believe how fast last year went. Anybody ever had that experience? It just seems like it keeps going faster and faster. It's a common experience, right? And things do that when you're just kind of doing the same thing every day. And then every once in a while, something has an interrupt, right? And maybe it's a baby, maybe it's an illness, maybe it's an opportunity. But that interrupt puts you in a place where you have to make some changes in your life, and you have to make some new decisions about what you want your life to look like. I think those are the most exciting times in life. Those are the most valuable times in life, because that's when you can really get into that pondering mode and say, if I could design anything I want, what would I actually design? What would it look like? What would I like to have? Well, and there's a few things in our business that we're kind of built for this. You know, I mean, we have 41 peer-reviewed, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies, and 5 of them talk about how the immune system is supported, right? And there's never been a more important time to have a strong immune system than right now, right? Your experience with this virus is 100% dependent on how strong your immune system is. If your immune system is fantastic, your experience with this virus will be dramatically less than if your immune system is compromised. So we've never been more important as a product, but the same thing as an opportunity. You know, right now we're built to help people make an extra $500, $1,500, or create a real career with this. And I want the people on the phone tonight to hear, or on the video tonight to hear, is this is the perfect time if you want to roll up your sleeves and go to work and build a team. Why? Because so many more fantastic, high quality people are available right now than there are when a good economy has them fully employed and making tons of money. Does that make sense? Right? The pickings are out there. They're looking for what you have. You are a solution provider to a whole mass of people that are actually just hoping something like you would show up to their door, on their phone, on their Facebook, somehow get in touch with people, be in touch with them. So I want to back up for just a second, because our business is about a whole bunch of people that are heartfelt people, you know, and you know, Jennifer and I've made millions of dollars and had this incredible lifestyle and all that, but all of that is like, that's like a bonus piece that's on top of it. What we love about what we do is the connection, the value, and what we're able to bring to people. And because we're people like that, when you start thinking about taking advantage of a situation like this, sometimes you can kind of, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's like, you're talking about opportunity and how great everything is, and taking it. Well, we're not taking advantage of a situation because we're serving people in that situation, A. But I kind of come at it in a different way, because I believe your mindset is what attracts people to you, and it actually determines more about your results than anything you can do. You have to get your mind right first. So I do these 3 things every day, and these 3 things have been magical for me, especially in this time period. The first thing is I start the day with compassion. I start the day with compassion for the situation our world is in, the situation that the people that I'm going to be talking to are in. But I start the day with compassion without attachment. I don't attach to the problems. I don't attach to the ideas that these things are intractable. I don't attach to all the negativity, right? It literally is, for me, a visual of, is my glass half full, is my glass half empty? What am I bringing to the world? Am I bringing the problem, or am I bringing the solution? So I have compassion, I have true compassion, but I don't attach to the problem with that compassion, because that can be challenging to do for heartfelt people. It really can. You can get wound up in the news, and you can get wound up. And one of the ways to do that is to cut down the amount of news you watch. I actually watch only over lunch. I check in just to see what's going on and where it's at, and that's it. I don't watch in the morning. I don't watch at night. I take that little break to find out what's going on, and that's it. That's all I need. Some days I don't even do that. So, because guess what? You'll find out anyway, right? Because there's plenty of people out there that are going to share with you how half full the glass is, right? All the way from how bad it is and the conspiracy theories and you name it. And you got to decide whether you're going to be a purveyor of that or you're going to be purveyor of solutions. So, compassion without attachment. Number 2 is gratitude, and it's gratitude for everything. And this takes me real fast, right out of the mode of what's going on negative and gets me grateful for the situation that I'm in. I'm so happy I live in a country that has a healthcare system that can actually help people. I mean, I think about the other situations in the world in places where they don't even have a healthcare system. You know, I don't even know how that's going to look. It's horrible. I can't, once again, I'm not going to attach to it, but I'm grateful for what we have. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for this time with our kids back in our house. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for the opportunity. You just start listing off all the stuff you're grateful for, and pretty soon the stuff that you're worried about gets pushed down. It starts to go away. And then your attitude comes up and you become the attractor that you want to be out there in the marketplace. So the first was compassion without attachment. Second is gratitude for everything. And number 3 is service. And I look at this from a standpoint of when I get on a phone call and I get on a conference call or I'm on a 3-way or I'm doing what I'm doing right now with you, how can I be of best service to this group? What could I do? What could I say? How could I show up that would help them the most? And that gets me inspired. That pumps me up. Some people, that's not what pumps them up. Other things do, but that gets me going. So once again, compassion without attachment, gratitude for everything, and service. And our business is a service. We are a service on the opportunity, and we are a service on the product side. And so, you know, these opportunities, they come in windows. And windows, they open and they close. It won't be this good forever, but it will be this good for years. It's not going to just snap back. I hear people saying, oh, we're going to be right back to normal here in a real, you just don't have this type of a situation and go right back to normal. That just doesn't take place, and that's not the historical context as things tip over what takes place. Well, in any of those negatives, but we have a season right now where you guys can build a business and create something that'll be beyond anything you could have done back when the economy was good. Betsy, I think we've got you unmuted there. If you want to mute real quick, that'd be great. Thank you.
This is Michelle.
Betsy?
It's another story.
Betsy Wood. Betsy Wood, would you please mute yourself? Betsy, thank you. Okay.
I know, I hate to call her out, but that's the truth. All right, so the ideas here, where was I at? I was at something fantastic. All right, so why people come into our business. That's one thing that you've got to have a little bit of an understanding on if you're going to go out to the marketplace. The first thing that people come into our business for is need. And that's why this time is such a great time, because there's so many people that have such a large need for something like this, both the product and the business. But the second reason they come in is because desire. They want something to change. They want some more fun. They want some more contribution. They want some more control. That's a big one in a time period like this. They want to have control over their future. They don't want to have the uncertainty that their job can be taken away or that it might not come back if it already went away. And the number one reason that people join our business is mission. They're looking for something that they can do that doesn't just make a living, doesn't just make an income, but makes a difference. You know, people say, how do you become a billionaire? Find a way to serve 1 billion people. You know, how do you become a millionaire? Find a way to serve 1 million people. Well, we have that here. You guys have that here. And for the people that have been in this business for a little while, you're built for this situation. You're a resource to get out there. Right now, people are looking for leadership. They're looking for people that have that positive future outlook that can show them a way that they can actually make some money. We have it all built in the Freedom Revolution, the Healthy Living Revolution. Those programs are there. If you want to make $500 a month, do that. You want to make 1,000, do that. You want to make 1,500, do that. 2,000, do that. You build this thing over the next 2 to 3 years, become a national marketing director, a presidential national marketing director. You can build it internationally. The sky is the limit. But it all starts with one thing. It starts with you getting your head right and getting some goals down, some formulas that you want to go after. right? And when I say formulas that you want to go after, you've got to come up with a daily method of operation. You've got to take these enthusiastic moments in your life that maybe you just started this business, maybe you just got started with us. It's an enthusiastic moment, right? You're like, wow, what could this really be? And you've got to turn it into a system, something that you're doing on a regular basis. Because this business it's great, it's fantastic, and it's easy to do. It's also easy not to do. The biggest problem we have with our business is it's $52. And some of the people on this line didn't even pay $52, right? So you can just as easily not do this. There's no boss, right? You know, if you join a franchise and you pay $1 million and the burger flipper doesn't show up, who's flipping the burgers? You are. You're going to show up every day out of fear of loss. So we don't have that fear of loss built in. So you've got to build a desire to gain. You've got to build that enthusiasm to get yourself moving. And I do it in the frame of service. But when I first started in the business and we were living in a $280 a month apartment, that was bills paid. I was doing it because I wanted to eat, right? That was the formula that got me going. We were hungry, and I needed to make this happen so that we could eat, so we could have gas for the car. So those ideas hopefully will sink in for you. There's a few things that I've been sharing with my team that I think have made a pretty big difference for them over the last few months. One thing is that daily method of operation that I talked about, but that needs to be backed up with tools and systems and a real plug into what we're doing. Because if you just do this on an isolated basis, you can have success in any market, and you can have great success right now. But if you'll plug your people into the systems that are already built, you're going to be able to affect so many more people, and then those people will be able to duplicate that at a rate that you haven't seen, and especially people that have been around here for a little while and maybe haven't gotten into the freedom revolution, the healthy living revolution, and all the tools that are available. If you'll start really letting that system work for you and start everybody the same exact way over and over, you will be amazed. And we're seeing those results right now at what's taking place. The business is really growing fast for people that are doing that. And, you know, I talk about probably my number one thing, and then it'll be the last thing I talk about is, if I could leave you with one idea, it's my 6-month goal planning session. So every 6 months, I sit down and I start it, and then I get Jennifer involved. And I do goals on all the most important things in my life. And my order is my relationship with my Creator. And I believe that it's either going up or it's going down. Whatever it is I'm going to talk about over the next 6 months and focus on, it's either getting better or it's not getting better. Nothing ever stays the same. You never get yourself to a place, right? You never, okay, if I get there, well, there's always something else. And so it's either going up or going down, and whatever it is you're paying attention to determines whether it is. So that's my first one, is my Creator. Then I start with my relationship with my wife. What am I going to do to make that better the next 6 months? Then I start with each one of my kids. Very specifically, what am I going to do with each one of my kids the next 6 months to make that relationship better? Then I go to my business. What am I going to do in the next 6 months to make my business better? Then I go into the charities that I'm on the board of. What am I committed to? What am I going to do to make those better? And it just kind of flows down. What are my investments? What am I going to do to make those better? And everything that's important to me in life, every 6 months, I look at it and say, what it is that I want. And I have to say, you know, when I think about life just kind of rolling on, that becomes a marker in time for me. And depending on the mood and the time period and where our kids were and whatever, that's created all the most amazing things that we've done in our life. Terry mentioned that, you know, we sailed for 15 months from the British Virgin Islands to Australia. That came out of that 6-month goal planning session, you know, and I could go on and on and on, all the things that have come from that. So I highly recommend that you do that. And keeping current on your goals and keeping current on your dreams is what makes the life so exciting. It's what makes it so much fun. Because if you don't do that, pretty much the years just kind of run together, right? You know, you just kind of keep doing the same thing, and maybe you build a little bit. But what I call it is living on intention versus on reaction, right? If I'm doing my 6-month goal planning session, I'm intending and creating what it is that I want to do versus just accepting the way it's coming at me. And for me, that's a much happier experience. That's a much more vibrant experience, more exciting experience. It gets me fired up. So, you know, you guys are the resource. You're needed now. Your leadership is needed. And, you know, you can look at this opportunity in a lot of different ways. It definitely is an opportunity, though. It's an opportunity for you to use and give. And I always kind of close my trainings with the same idea. You get to decide what you're going to believe. That's your choice. But what you decide to believe will determine what you experience in your life. You know, it all starts inside of here. So blessings to all of you. I hope your families are safe and well, and you get through this without too much pain. And I love what you guys are doing. Just the fact you came on tonight, and you might share this with somebody else can make such a difference. Every person you share this with, it could be literally a life-saving phone call, life-saving experience. Thanks. Have a great night.
Sean Myers, thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes 30 years ago, and thank you for saying yes tonight. And thank you for showing us what real service is all about. Know you're loved, know you're appreciated. You guys want to unmute yourself and say thank you to Sean. We would love to hear your voices.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Aloha. Thank you, Sean, so much.
Party or ponder.